So in the last 2 years, we have been trying to create a bold new start for our company, inform the next generation, next platforms that we are trying to build. But ये platforms हैं क्या? क्यों important है? Pritish was talking about किसके लिए बना रहा है? So that is when we decided, as an internal barometer, we decided the 3 pillars of what we do and how we do it. So design, performance, and user experience. So internally we have a saying that what we will make will have good performance, will have great design, and we'll have perfect user experience. So clearly we want to graduate from performance and then design and into experience. The best end goal for the end user is the experience that we want. But what does experience mean? What does design mean? What does performance mean? So let's talk about it today. Starting from our first platform, in form of design, we had a couple of pillars. But what we wanted to do was, आज की जो youth है, उसको exciting चीजें चाहिए, right? While function is super important, because for India, scooters is all about doing utilitarian stuff, carrying your groceries, maybe in some cases lifting a 20-liter, the water can. But all of these are parts of the form. Having a swappable battery pack, which Rakesh was talking about, the entire ecosystem of battery networks. But then there also has to be a well amalgamation of form with function. And what does form stand for? So we wanted to create something that is, the form had to speak about the bold look, about the sporty look that we have. The form had to speak about the bold look that we have. So we have LED DRL lights. We have a very customized, no nonsense, very clear, segmented and PFD cluster. And we have, at some point in time, the youth wants to flex. So we have those side arms where you want to flex your muscle. So also a significance of how this vehicle is very durable and strong. So these are some of the key areas of what design we have tried to incorporate inside this vehicle. Now coming to the performance. So in terms of performance, so one of the core problems that exist in the electric vehicle industry, and uske karan what happens is, not every electric vehicle that gets launched in the country goes to every part of the country. So for example, India is a big country. हमारे पास अलग-अलग terrains हैं. We have different kinds of weather conditions. So this vehicle had to be an all-India vehicle. This vehicle had to climb the grades of the mountains of the eastern India, or had to go in high temperature regions of the western part of India and still climb those grades. So all of these kind of things have been built into the performance, where in this segment we are one of the industry best with 16 degrees gradability. As we were talking about more about performance, the ride had to be comfortable. So we had done more than 1 lakh kilometers of testing on the suspension of how comfortable the ride had to be. And since this segment is about commuting within the cities and beyond, we have got a top speed of 65 kilometers per hour, but yet a very, very good acceleration of 5.1 from 0 to 40, which will easily make sure that you are cruising through traffics in most of the conditions. Now, as we were talking about the great design, the great experience aspect. So part of the user experience, as I was talking about, was that electric vehicles, one of the core features of electric vehicles, it's smart and it's connected. But इससे यूजर का क्या फायदा है? स्मार्ट और कनेक्टेड तो अंदर की चीज हो गई भाई. यूजर को क्या फायदा इससे? और हमारे इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल में एक और प्रॉब्लम है, that is range anxiety. So in our cluster we have one feature called the efficiency bar. As you can see, there is green zones and the red zones. This features will clearly tell you कि भाई आपको कैसे चलाना है गाड़ी को. It gives you constant feedback. So while we have the range figures that we have, if you drive constantly in the green zones, it will make sure that it is giving you 10 to 20% better range. Then we have the industry best boot space of 42 liters. And this was one of the most innovative designs, that instead of having a LFP safer battery pack which has slightly larger form factor, we were still able to get a 42 liters boot space. What does this 42 liter boot space mean for the general consumer? 42 liters boot space का मतलब है one full size helmet, not a half size one. It's a completely sporty full size helmet, one laptop bag, and the charger or additional groceries that you want to put. That's what 42 liters means for you. Then we have another very useful. Again, the experience has to be better. We are not about jazzy features. We are about how it makes the life of the consumer better. So there is this mode called parking mode. The parking mode is a very intuitive mode where you navigate yourself out of tight corners, reverse front, using the parking mode. And it's very, very ergonomic that you can do this very, very easily. But apart from the parking mode, one of the best features, अब ये बात तो माननी पड़ेगी कि from the IC engine generation, one of the key things that we all got was that वो गाड़ियाँ बंद नहीं, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए चलती रहेगी, right? And that is the core design philosophy that we picked up. कि how do we make the vehicles जो बंद नहीं हो, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, smartness clusters काम करे ना करे, but गाड़ियाँ चलती रहें. And that is what secure mode is all about. So secure mode will give you that, जहाँ पे minor glitches, it's a very high fault tolerant vehicle. जहाँ पे minor glitches, as long as your motor, controller and battery is running, गाड़ी चलती रहेगी. It will compromise the performance, but गाड़ी हमेशा चलती रहेगी. So that's some of the key features of the experience anchor that we have built in. And finally, coming to our mobile application. So while I have talked about only a few experiential features, we also have all of the other things that Lectrix is there, which is ride analytics through our mobile applications. This is geofencing, which is holiday mode. This is again one of the other problems that we have seen from our consumers. कि batteries हम चले गए holiday पे 15 दिन 20 दिन चले गए, but how do we ensure कि हमारी battery जो है deep discharge में ना जाए, गाड़ी जब हम आए तो चल जाए. So there are these 4 features called holiday mode. All of these are enabled through our smart mobile applications as well.